I'm all ready for a little camping trip. I'm sitting in my garage right now and I'm ready to pull out. I'm going about 2 hours north of where I live, and I've got a campsite rented for one night, and I'm going to sleep in my van. I think I have everything I need. I'm going to be alone, so that's going to be a little nerve-wracking. I slept alone in a campground once a few years ago. I went to a writer's conference and I pitched a tent and went to the conference. When I came back, my tent it was raining and windy and there was really no tree coverage. So my tent was caved in. There was water in my tent and I was like, this is terrible. So I quickly packed everything up and drove home. So that's the only experience I've had camping on my own. So this should be interesting. Anyway, gonna be brave and try this. And I'll just show you what I've got going here. So this is the back of my van, Toyota Sienna. I've got my bedding. I've got a nice 6-inch foam mattress and my little potty for the middle of the night and my 2 art bags. So I've got, this one's got my inspiration journal that I like to work in, and this has got all my watercolors. This guy's coming along with me, keep me safe. And I've got my little fairy lights here. I charged up my battery, so that should be pretty cool. Oh yeah, gotta have some atmosphere. So I got that going, and around this side, you can see I've got packed my suitcases over there, my overnight bag and my jackets. I got a couple jackets because it could be cold. And then I've got my cooler here, a little bit of food in it. Gonna add some more food in a bit. I've got a tarp and a little bit of firewood kindling, and I've got a pot, some cooking utensils, some dishes. I think I'm good to go. Got my coffee, and let's get out of here. So I'm taking a little detour here. I'm about an hour away, 45 minutes away from my destination, but I just saw this sign that said Hog Falls. So I'm just gonna explore a bit. Winston, what are you doing? Hi, buddy. Isn't this beautiful? Look at all the little ducks or something. Seagulls, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, how beautiful. Okay, so I'm here. I got my van all set up with the tarp, and that gives me privacy. You can see on this side So I get sort of darkness and privacy around, a little bit of space on the side there, and then also I have a net there so I can leave the window open a little bit with no bugs coming in. So that's all working well. And here's my picnic table and my little table and my propane tank, and then here's my little fire pit set up and ready to go, and 2 chairs there just so people don't think I'm alone. It's a nice site, lots of privacy. And then just across the walkway here is Georgian Bay. Okay, I got my fire going. That looks good. And I got my dinner cooking over here. So I'm just heating up some chicken and rice that I made at home and froze, and then just brought here frozen. And it was thawed by the time I got here. So, looks good. So the pattern here is 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, chain 2, and you always do the 3 double crochet into the space below, and you get this pattern. And this wool is variegated like this. I got it from Greece. It's really pretty, and that's how it works up. Okay, so it is 8 o'clock and it's freezing outside. It's about 10 degrees and it's pitch black, and I am in the van, and it's pretty warm in here. It's a little cold, but I've got my pajamas and then a house coat, and I've got 2 huge layers of my duvet, and yeah, I'm pretty warm. So I should be okay. My nose is a bit cold, but that's okay. And it's pretty in here. I've got the little twinkle lights going. Looks good. I am going to finish reading my book. I'm reading Blackheart Arthur and Blackheart the Pirate by Matthew and Malcolm Dewey. It's a kid's book, and story about a little boy, and he has a magical sketchbook. So he imagines things and he makes it come true on his sketchbook, and so far it's pretty charming. And I'm also going to work in my journal for a little bit. I've got what I call my inspiration journal, and I just have like all kinds of things going on in here. So I'll probably do a little bit of writing. I might do a little bit of painting and kind of entertain myself a bit. And yeah, some pictures of when I went to Greece. Little sketches, and yeah, just a bunch of different kinds of papers. I like working in this, so I'll probably, and I like the texture of it too. It's got a lot of texture, and I like all the raw edges, and the lace and the strings, big tassel tie. Yeah. Anyway, so I'll probably work in my journal for a little bit, and then probably going to go to bed early and get up early because I want to go into Collingwood tomorrow, and I want to stay here for a little while first and maybe sketch down by the Georgian Bay. It's beautiful down there, but it was a little bit dark and cold tonight when I got here, or late this afternoon. So maybe tomorrow, hopefully the sun will be out and it'll be a little bit warmer. So I'm hoping to get a sketch done tomorrow, and then I'm going to go into Collingwood and see what's going on in there. Maybe find a little cafe and do a little urban sketching in a cafe. Maybe do a watercolor. So anyways, it's been a fun day and pretty proud of myself. Made the campfire, fed myself. I'm not scared, and yeah, everything's under control. And it's nice in here. It's cozy. Okay, so this is what I'm having for breakfast this morning. I got my coffee, and I've got my bagel. These bagels I made yesterday with at home with Greek yogurt and almond flour, and then with seeds. They're not bad, but this makes them better. This is my homemade peony jelly that I made last year with peonies from my garden, and so they're really good. And there's the sunrise. Beautiful. When I'm doing a watercolor in my inspiration journal, I try not to worry if my painting is good or not. I'm just trying to capture the essence of a scene. What inspires me? Is it the crisp line that separates the blue of the water from the softer blue of the sky? Or is it the challenge of mixing the different shades of beige and gray for the rocks on the shore? It takes practice to develop your skills, but more important, it takes practice to be patient with yourself as you're learning. To not be too critical if a painting didn't turn out exactly the way you envisioned it. To be proud of yourself for trying something new, and to encourage yourself to keep working on improving your skills. It's really important to me to feel the joy and peace of being in nature, to be grateful for the privilege of having a little time to paint. I like to relax and enjoy the process, to feel free to experiment a bit. I like playing with the colors and shapes, and then picking up my pen and adding a few details, scratching out a couple of trees and a bit of scrub, and then maybe writing a line or two to express my thoughts, and even adding a bit more color to capture the pink in the sunrise. Okay, so I'm in Collingwood, and I just talked to a local store owner. I was looking for some thrift stores, and there's nothing really open that I can find here. But she did give me the name of two stores. One is in Clarksburg called Rediscovered, and one is in Thornbury, which is right next to it, called Love You Madly. So I'm going to go along the coast of Georgian Bay, heading west, and I'm going to see if I can find those two stores. And then I'll head down south and go home. Well, this adventure has been a lot more fun than I imagined. The one thing I realize about being by the water is it helps me to remember that there's a big world out there to explore, people and puppies to meet, and cool experiences to have. Being introverted sometimes makes it harder for me to want to leave the comfort and security of my home and venture out to the unknown. Sometimes when I think about the effort involved in doing something difficult or even just different, it's easy to talk myself out of trying. Why bother? Originally, I had planned this little getaway for my husband and myself, and when he told me he wouldn't be able to make it, I was going to cancel the trip. But then I thought maybe I could go away anyway and take the time to stop along the way and do some watercolors in my journal. I'm glad I did. I feel empowered and refreshed. Even the things that I thought might be challenging were really quite manageable. I would definitely do this again. In the meantime, I'm looking forward to a peaceful drive back, a hot shower, a good meal, and Netflix with my hubby. It's always nice to go home.